just pressed, like, up or down or something. Okay, I guess you just gotta jump across there. It's another area cleared. Awesome. Oh, for some reason I thought you could jump on enemies, but I guess not. Okay. And yeah, I'm kind of liking the, why did I try to jump on that thing? I already know that that doesn't work. We've got one more continue, and I think that will be the end of Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo. Once I've... This is food-worthy, actually, now that I think of... I shouldn't bring up that kind of nonsense in this LP. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if you watch Brick Road on Twitch, you'll know what I mean by this game being food-worthy. There's like... Okay, that's kind of cute. Like, there's some kind of almost neat things about this game. Like, I'm digging, like, some of the extra animations you get with very... Oh, I missed the script! I had, like, I was, like, just exiting the stage, and then suddenly, like, while I was on my way out of the area, it's like suddenly the script appears. Yeah, like, the whole object of this game seems to be to collect these... Oh my goodness, was it, like, yeah, 24 scripts? Oh, that was... Why am I... Oh, dang! I didn't even notice that the ceiling was dropping. Thankfully, it didn't matter, because it was pretty forgiving. I don't know why it's got those coins there. It's like it wants me to jump over something, but there's no reason to. Oh, there's a thing up here, too. That's kind of... I don't know, this is a weird game. I don't know what's causing the ceiling to, like, suddenly rise and fall. It's like... Or is it just, like, on intervals, maybe? It's like sometimes it just goes up and stays there, sometimes it seems to be moving, like, back and forth constantly. Oh, you know what? I see what's going on here. I moved back... Oh, no, that's not what's going on here. Shoot! Ah! That was such a long stretch, I thought... Because, you know, you could see those little holes in the background, so I thought, oh, that'll be another layer I can move it into, so I can, like, duck into that little hole there to dodge the crushing ceiling. But no, it was just a random piece of background to trick you into... Oh, my... Oh, okay, that was just a springy thing. I mean, yeah, it should be. Okay, there we go. Give it, get it. Yes! I get to play Animaniacs for a little bit longer now. And yeah, that's like a continues worth... Or, yeah, that's like 3 extra lives right there. That's like just ridiculous how essential it is. Like, it's like this game's difficulty is like entirely based on luck. It's like you've got one hit before you get a game over. Or at least after you lose your first 3 lives, sort of, you get one hit before game over on every try after that, until your slots line up. Like, yeah, is this ceiling gonna fall if I just wait here? Is it triggered? I don't know, no transparency behind, like, the way any of these things work. So anyways, now I know for next time, do not try to duck into the, like... Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, you definitely cannot duck into those holes. Oh... I've only got one plane here. How do I dodge Ralph? Okay, I thought that would be a springboard thing, because the last one I stepped on was a springboard thing, but... Like, yeah, what did that do? This one was a springboard, because it's like... How am I gonna get back... How am I gonna get past Ralph unless I have, like, a springboard? So I figured, okay, this must be a springboard that'll get me past Ralph, but... It isn't. It's just... Like, there's just... Like, I don't even know what to say about this. This is so bad in so many ways. Like, there were some bad things about the Genesis game, don't get me wrong. Like, but it's just, like, a few things here and there where the game would, like, kind of lead you astray sometimes. Kind of, yeah, throw stars into asshole places to trick you into taking hits or jumping into pits or something like that. Oh, well, that one... I could go into that one for some reason. Oh, I can jump on Ralph. I can jump on Ralph. I can't jump on the vultures, but I can... Why? What? Okay, this is a boss fight, I guess? Or unless I need to go into... Like, I want to try going into that... Okay, there we go. Oh, and we got a minecart section. Seems to be a fair bit of variety here, and... Oh, and there's the Dracula dude. He appears in the Genesis version as well. Okay, give me... Oh wow, is he just gonna be circling around me just like every other enemy in the game so far? I mean, I guess it's kind of different because there's only one plane, I guess. I mean, I don't know, this right here is actually not bad. This is almost a video game, what we're playing right here. It's like, this is like, yeah, you've got like the dudes dropping things down in front of you, you got the vampire circling around you, the way everything does in this game. But you know, this is a minecart section. And it's like a decent one too. You've got like stuff coming at you from all angles, sort of. Oh, he jumps! Why does he jump? He's never jumped before, and that time he jumps. What? Oh! And so for some, it's like, yeah, the previous time you've, and I got more continues. How am I getting these continues? Is it like once you get 100 coins or something, or is this a slot machine thing? How am I activating the slot machine anyways? I think it's just based on once you get a certain number of coins, I think. So yeah, in that case it is, yeah, exactly like the Animaniacs slot machine. I am like, and yeah, now I'm back up to 3, so somehow I got another continue there. I don't know, something about this game is just like, I'm like morbidly curious to see like what else this game has in store. Yeah, I think I'm definitely... I mean, no, I don't need to send this to... I don't need to send this to Brick Road. I got... This is my own food right here. This is... Like, this is just ridiculous. I was not as... I don't know what I was expecting when I, like, just plugged this in for, like, a blind... Like, just a blind, let's try it out type video thing. I don't know what I was expecting when I sat down to play this game for my YouTube channel, but... This is probably the last thing that I would have expected if I were expecting anything. This is like, oh my, wow! And it's, yeah, sometimes he jumps when you jump, sometimes he sort of hops forward. There's like no prediction. Although I will say, at least he isn't just like circling around me, like rubber banding back and forth like every other enemy in the game. So that's like a new AI pattern we've seen there. We've seen like a ton of enemies that just kind of circle around you and rubber band back and forth, and we've seen one configuration of Ralph's AI, and is this going to be an ET reference? It is. That's actually kind of neat. Yeah, one thing that I will say, this game does actually seem to be referencing like real movies and stuff. Like you see, like there's like actually just like face huggers in that sci-fi level, and there was an ET reference here in this level, and that's kind of what the Animaniacs show did a lot of the time. So we've cleared a stage, but I haven't collected any scripts. I saw one, but I haven't collected it. So I don't know if we accomplished anything. Or I guess we got a flag by the stage, so I guess that's something. I'm gonna give this one shot just to see if I've mastered it well enough to like get it on first try without much difficulty. Just to see it, because the first time I tried this, it was just aggravating because I like went up and like failed like 50 billion times and it took forever. Whereas now that I've got it once, I'm curious to see like how long it actually takes if I get it in one try, because I think I can get it in one try. The timing to jump over Ralph when he appears is a bit tricky. But anyways, in the Genesis version of this game, they'd use like fake movies. They'd have like the Animaniacs show, they'd have like references to like real movies. They'd have dang it. I'll give it one more try to see to see how smoothly this can go once I've sort of mastered it. I for some reason I keep trying to boomerang Ralph, even though I know that at this point that it doesn't work. Anyways, yeah, the Animaniacs show would have like a lot of... Oops, I was not paying attention to what I was doing. The Animaniacs show had like a lot of references to like movies and, you know, actors and Hollywood and that kind of stuff. It was like that was the whole sort of setting of the show, was the Warner Brothers studio lot, and so the Warners would often run across like actors and stuff. So it'd be like Mel Gibson would, for example, would like appear on the show sometimes. Like they wouldn't actually get like celebrity voice talent, as far as I'm aware at least, but they'd have like, you know, caricatures and sound-alikes and that kind of thing. And it's like, you know, they'd have like references to like real movies like Alien, E.T., Indiana Jones, that kind of stuff. And so we're seeing a bit of that here in this game. In the Genesis game, they didn't do that. They'd use like fake movies and stuff. So there'd be like, they'd have like the space I forget what all the levels were called, but they'd have like sort of fake movies that are like parodies of like real movies. So there'd be like there's like the Dirk Rugged and the something or other temple or whatever it was, and that would be like the Indiana Jones level. Whereas like the Animaniacs show, if they're gonna have like a Indiana Jones reference on the Animaniacs show, they'll just like show Indiana Jones or like have like an explicit reference to the movie or something, rather than just doing like a, like just like making up like a silly sounding parody. Like yeah, the Genesis version, you had like a Star Wars parody where it's like, oh, we need to get Doom Raider's helmet, which is, I guess, oh, come on, I couldn't even see that. It just like dropped down from like right at the very top of the screen. There's no way to react to that. It's just like facehugger out of frickin' nowhere, right on your head. You know what? I think I just want to get through here. These facehuggers, like, they don't mess around. Okay. I kind of deserved that, I guess. Like, I wanted to dash into the thing just to see if it had anything. And yeah, we saw a new enemy type there. There was the alien. I'm really curious to see what it does. I don't know if anyone who's actually watching this garbage wants to, like, take bets in the comments or something as to what that enemy does. And yeah, we've got, like, this cute little garbage can R2D2 looking thing. No, I need to go back and see what that alien was going to do. And you guys can, like, just post your guess in the comments right now. What do you think this alien is going to do? I have a feeling that he's going to run around in circles. And, yeah, just kind of rubber band back and forth. You know what? This one's sort of running back and forth in a slightly different fashion than the others. He doesn't have, like, the sort of rubber banding type velocity that the other ones did. And is this going to be a script? I kind of want to kill this Scarecrow. Oh, it isn't a Scarecrow. That's like a C-3PO parody type thing. But, man, I was trying to get onto something. But, yeah, the Genesis game, they just have, like, parodies of movies instead of, like, referencing actual movies. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's like sometimes if you hold down the button for a bit too long, you'll drop down, like, 2 planes instead of just 1. Which is a bit annoying. Like, I don't know why they decided to do the movement in this game like this. Anyways, I'm gonna get through this thought. Anyways, yeah, the TV show and this game seem to have, like actual references to actual movies. They have facehuggers. They have... Oh, wow, that is a tricky jump. Was that my last dude? Oh, wow, 7 continues. So I guess this game does get a lot more forgiving with the continue system, so I've got that going for it, at least. Okay. Something seems to be going weird with the graphics. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's just the way the game is, but it's probably my emulator. There's like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of static there when the bowling balls get on the top of the screen. And oh, and those are like little, like, bowling ball shaped Death Stars, and I guess technically they warned me about that pit, but they didn't really. They just put like a caution sign up there, and I was just supposed to guess, I suppose, that meant jump over a pit. I guess I'll know that for next time, but you kind of want your warnings to, like, okay, I've seen that, and now I know for next time, which is, you can get away with, like, okay, something will kill you the first time you see it, and then you know for next time. Like, that works in, like, certain types of games that are fairly forgiving, but in games like this, where you've got, like... Oh, Jesus. So is this a boss fight, then? Oh, jeez. But, yeah, this guy actually does have a little bit of AI on him. He's, like, moving out of the way when I'm trying to chain bounces on him. Oh, my. Wouldn't that just be ridiculous if he, like, caught me as he was running past there at super high speed? Oh, it's telling me to go in. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, oh, there are things I like better about the Super Nintendo game and there are things I like better about the Genesis game. Like, no. I like... Pretty much everything is better about the Genesis game. Wow, this is so simple. So it's just like, yeah, I'm on 3 different rows and you try to not be on the row that's about to get electrocuted. This is like cutting edge gameplay right here. This could like, you know what's okay, we've got some eggs now. This now like actual gameplay. I was gonna say like this is like ahead of its time gameplay right here. This I think could be like this could be like an entire iPhone game right here. Just wacko. What was I just not paying attention and didn't see the warning there? It seemed like they didn't give me that warning flash that time. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, you can't actually cancel out of, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Finally, got my slots to line up. That is such a dumb mechanic for, like, what is essentially, like, a health... I don't know, would you call it, like, a health refill, or, I guess, sort of like an extra life type system? I don't know. Anyways, that's just, like, the dumbest thing in the world, to, like, tie, like, basically, like, the whole difficulty of your game, like, the whole sort of life/health refilling mechanic to be tied to a frickin' random number generator. Oh wow, really? Okay, it looks like you don't have that. You can't. Okay, I don't know. It's like weird as to when they get. Oh, I see what's going on. Cause yeah, I was kind of like going up and trying to like anticipate the beams going away, so it'd be like I'd jump up there, and I tried to time it so I'd land on them when the beams go away, but no, they were just like staying on there for a long time for some reason. I guess just to force you to deal with the eggs there. Man, it feels like I'm getting kind of close on this. Like I'm like halfway through the game or something. Like yeah, or assuming I beat... Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I don't need to see that crap every time. And that's weird. It's like sometimes they like drop down and they'll like show Ralph grabbing them, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, the first time I dashed and it like... ended up running into a little wall that I couldn't dodge because I was dashing, and then I did so. Okay, it's like, okay, dashing will send you into walls and get you knocked back into the truck. So don't dash, just run normally. Except you can't run normally because it's going too fast. Okay, I guess if you just start things right away. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Like I said, kinda getting the hang of this game, I guess, sort of. I don't know what Chicken Boo... I mean, I'm... Don't get me wrong, I'm like... It's cool that they included Chicken Boo in this version of the game. He wasn't in the Genesis one. And I guess, yeah, once the yeah, I'll talk about Chicken Boo at length in my playthrough of the Genesis game, but yeah, it's cool to see him here. I don't know what he does when he comes up on the slot machine, but... In fact, I don't know what any of the slots do, other than the, yeah, when you get the Yakko Wacko dot. And yep, there's my random get all my characters back slot. Really, as far as I know, the only one that matters. For all I know, the other ones could be doing, like, fuck all. Yeah, you can. It looks like you have like limited control. Well, like when you're trying to switch rows in the air, you have like kind of limited control. It's like you can drop. You can't switch. You can't like yeah, you can go down, or you can only go like up or down one row at a time when you're in the air. So I can't like jump down a row and then try to switch back in midair. It's like you can only jump between one row at a time. And I think I just noticed something weird. Or okay, maybe it's just that I've got... Okay, I think I'm just kind of fat fingering my D-pad is what's happening. And I'm just occasionally I'm just switching. Oh wow, that is a narrow space. I think I'm done with this game after this. This is actually, it was kind of interesting, like the depths of just how stupid this game can get in terms of. Okay, so let's just recap the ridiculous difficulty, which is essentially tied into like a random number generator that determines when you get your characters back, or you can just get your characters back between each stage as long as you play this incredibly tedious, god-awful, boring, yes, very slow-moving water tower climb. Fun. Whose idea was that? That is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, 5 attacks? Oh, hey, you know what? This is an enemy, and he is not running in circles around me. It's sort of with a sort of rubber band velocity. That is, again, once again, kind of a new enemy AI pattern here. Oh, dang it. Do not want to have to redo that whole last segment. Oh, oh, ah! Oh, wow, can I not cancel out of my dash? Okay, it looks like it just... I don't know, for some reason it just didn't cancel me out of my dash there. Oh well. Yeah, I think after this stage, I'm pretty much done with this game. It's like, it was kind of fun to see the depths of just how stupid and just how weird this game is. Like, whose idea was all of this stuff? Like, yeah, slot machine to get your characters back, and incredibly slow-moving platform water tower climb to get your characters back, and that kind of nonsense. And then just the whole concept of, yeah, essentially like a brawler with no granular control over your vertical momentum, where it's like you're moving up and down on a grid. And yeah, it's like you... And yeah, there's like a pickup, there's like a grab and throw mechanic that appears to be like hardly ever used. Okay, do not dash when you've got the Ralph on screen there. And I think I do want to get that coin to try and get my slot machine. Oh, come on! Sometimes the dash doesn't come out. It's like just weird. It's like, yeah, you hit the... And yeah, the whole dashing mechanics, it's like you hit the button once to sort of like prep your dash, and then you hit it again to actually get the dash to come out. Like, that's so weird. What is the point of that? Because yeah, I can just like... I can just double tap it to like get my dash out immediately. What is the point? It's not like I'm like charging up a dash. It's like the speed is the same regardless of how long you stay in that sort of pre-dash... Oh, there's a ladder there. Yeah, like the speed of the dash is the same no matter how long you sort of stay in that little charge-up animation. So I have no idea what the point of that whole charging state even is. Like, why not just dash as soon as you press the button? And yeah, there's a grab and throw mechanic that seems to be like hardly used at all outside of the first stage and like one mid-boss we've seen. And yeah, there's like the little get your characters to form a little vertical column thing, which is kind of neat during the rare moments when you actually have all three characters accessible. But even then, it doesn't seem to really get you anything. It's just like sometimes you can get up on high platforms to collect extra coins or something, which I guess is essential to... Which I guess it really isn't, though, because what do you need coins for if you already have all of your characters? Because yeah, it's like the only... Like, the most useful, by far, the most useful point of the coins is to get a chance at the slot machines to get your characters back. But if... So it's like you can get like some extra slot machine chances if you have all your characters, because, you know, you can do the vertical column and get up to coins you couldn't get otherwise, but why do you need the extra coins if you already have all your characters? It's just dumb. So many dumb things about this game, just like the way the mechanics work, and that suddenly faster moving wheel out of nowhere with the low arc for no goddamn reason. And yeah, it's like all the different looking enemies that have the same AI pattern. It's just this game is so weird. Like, whose idea was all of this stuff? Who at Konami was making... I would bet you that actually the same sort of team or the same like designer that made this game also made the Adventures of Batman Robin game for the the Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super Nintendo. I would bet, because that game also had like a lot of like really weird sort of mechanics to it, where there's like some variety and there's like almost kind of some neat ideas, but they were like really poorly executed. And also like yeah, some incredibly shallow set pieces. It would have, yeah, it's like, yeah, that game would like throw a bunch of like kind of varied set pieces at you, but they were all like incredibly shallow mechanically. And that's kind of the same way this game is. It's like we're seeing a lot of variety and like a whole bunch of different things that the game is throwing at you, but just in terms of like how they actually sort of play out from like a gameplay mechanics perspective, they're just all incredibly shallow. It's just like, yeah, you've got like bouncing wheels on a single plane, and dodge under this wheel. It's like, it's different than what we've been doing up until now, but it's not particularly interesting from a gameplay perspective. It's like that with like every sort of little set piece encounter we've seen in this game. And oh, why did Pinky and the Brain go into a level I've already cleared? I don't even get what's going on with this game. Am I like, do they actually expect me to? And what is this thing doing? Like, why is this thing here? What is it? Why is this thing running around on the world map? What is this thing even? I don't recognize it from the show. Like, I've seen that thing in like a few different levels now, and it's running around on the world map. I don't know. I'm trying to get ready to wrap things up here. So yeah, it seems like we've got 1, 2, looks like 5 different stages, and then an unlockable 6th. Or I guess that one on the bottom left is, or the bottom right is just the intro stage. So yeah, kind of similar to the Genesis game, I guess, in that regard, at least. Which is really the only similarity. Almost nothing about this game is at all like the Genesis version. Anyways, yeah, just a lot of really varied sort of set pieces that the game throws at you that are all like really shallow and uninteresting mechanically. And yeah, it shares that in common with the Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Super Nintendo, which was, yeah, another Konami game. So I would bet that the same teams were behind both games. So I'm going to give one shot at this water tower just to see if I can do it in one shot. But regardless of whether I can or not, I guess this has been, let's sort of play Animaniacs. Let's kind of play Animaniacs. Let's not play Animaniacs. I think that's what this will be going up as, because, I don't know, I was kind of hoping to be, like, pleasantly surprised. Kind of like how I was with La Mulana. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen my La Mulana playthrough series, I kind of went into that with the same thing. It's just like, okay, here's this game that I'm kind of interested in. I'll play it for as long as it interests me, and we'll sort of see where it goes from there. And I got like a whole long series out of that. That was like, yeah, La Mulana, that was a fantastic game. I absolutely loved that. I was kind of, sort of, in like the bottom of my heart, hoping for another experience. Not like a big, long, epic thing, but just like to be pleasantly surprised by this game. And I mean, I was surprised. I mean, certainly wasn't pleasant, but I was certainly a lot more surprised than I was expecting to be. I think we're just gonna game over right here to give things that nice sort of bit of closure. And now it is indeed game over once and for all. Did it give me a password? No, here's the password. Yeah, I am never going to play this game again. Yeah, it's like kind of interesting just how bad, like it was just kind of interesting to me just how bad this game got. It like, it immediately struck me as being bad in so many different ways, and then it just kept on finding newer ways to be bad as I went through it. But then I couldn't even figure out what the game was about, like just in terms of like mechanics. Like what is the point of this game? What is like the mechanic, like what are, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, what is, like Animaniacs Genesis, you've got like your 3 different characters, they've got their different abilities, use those abilities to clear different obstacles, and it's a 2D platformer, basically. Like, what is this game? What genre is this? It's like, I don't even know how I'd describe this game. It's like it's like kind of a beat 'em up with your vertical movement restricted to a grid, and you have a dash mechanic, and that's basically the whole game. What is this? Why is this? Why didn't they just port the Genesis game? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm done. I just don't. I don't even. Why? This has been Let's Not Play Animaniacs ever again. I'm done. I'll see you guys next time.